October 10th marks World Mental Health Day, a day in which we spread awareness about all the different types of mental health. So that is what myself and some friends here on YouTube are going to be doing today in this video.
One in 4 people in the UK experience a mental health problem each year, and just like physical health, we all have mental health.
The number of people who are affected by mental health is rising.
Around 4% of children in the UK are anxious or depressed.
It is estimated that 3 in 100 people will develop PTSD at some point in their lives.
Anxiety is considered one of the most common mental health problems.
Mental illness is extremely common and exists in different forms.
Anxiety.
Anxiety is a normal feeling we all feel from time to time. It's a feeling of unease and worry.
For some, however, this feeling is very strong or it may last a long time, making it very overwhelming.
Anxiety can affect you physically as well as mentally. It can give you symptoms such as feeling sick, dizzy, or shortness of breath. Some people may even experience panic attacks.
Depression.
Globally, more than 350 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
1 in 10 of us are affected by depression at some point in our lives.
Clinical depression occurs when the symptoms interfere with daily life.
People didn't choose to be depressed if they have depression. This is a serious condition and can lead to suicidal thoughts.
Bipolar.
All of us experience changes in our mood. However, people that have bipolar disorder can experience severe mood swings that affect their daily life. There is no one single cause for bipolar disorder. There can be multiple contributing factors for what causes bipolar disorder, and there are also many different forms of bipolar as well.
Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD.
At any point in our lives, we may experience something called a traumatic event. This is something that is frightening, overwhelming, and out of our control.
This is a profound effect on the victim, understandably, and it can leave them feeling really anxious or stressed.
These feelings tend to go away after a while, but in some cases they don't. When this happens, it can develop into post-traumatic stress disorder, otherwise known as PTSD. Schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia affects 1 in 100 people during their lifetime.
Schizophrenia is a condition that affects the way you think, feel and behave, making it difficult to decipher fantasy from reality. Of course, there are many more forms of mental illness. In fact, the ones we have mentioned have many more forms within themselves, but today we have just mentioned a few of those. There's a huge stigma when it comes to mental health. There is a lot more to it than people would like to believe. It's not as black and white as you may think. It's a very complicated thing that people struggle with on a daily basis. People like
Me.
Me.
me. I suffer from anxiety, depression and panic attacks.
I am diagnosed with bipolar affective disorder, which is basically general bipolar.
I suffer with social anxiety.
I'm diagnosed with agoraphobia, cyclothymia, and borderline personality disorder.
I suffer from anxiety.
If it was easy to just get over it, we would, but it's not that simple. Mental health is a thing whether you like it or not.
Stop the stigma.
Stop the judgment.
Stop the criticism.
Show your support.
Don't apologise for living with a mental illness.